GA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the LA Chargers.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And here's Mendoza throwing to start the drive. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk to his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Odell Beckham Jr. with a diving grab. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. We'll get this up to about the 44. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll go again with Genty. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results are pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. There's some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Mendoza. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
First down, Las Vegas.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A give out of the gun to Genty. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. third down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowers. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 14. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle, it's Genty. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. They'll come up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Chargers' 11-yard line.
The run straight ahead with Genty. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Genty. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Herbert. Johnston on a quick slant. That's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
A gain of 10 yards.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy leagues.
Is that what they call
the receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah. And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now 4th down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott.
But sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36.
A gain of 9 on the play, but it brings up fourth down.
They're going to try and throw. He'll try to do it himself. And he will slide to a halt at the end of that one. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. A run out of the gun with Genty. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second.
Once again, it's Genty. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
He's brought down at the 42.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a handoff to Genty. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. On first down, it's Genty. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. On the give, Genty. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And his kick is indeed good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, Ram. Hey, Ray. Go.
Now it's Herbert. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Home trips right.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Mendoza now. A final shot before break. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Nothing is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Baylor Tigers. Let's go.
Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Hey, we got to switch it up. 21. Let's go. Hey, cap. 5-9. Set.
From the 50, here's Herbert. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
A gain of 34 yards.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Baylor Tigers.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Now he's going to step up and run. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Back 8. Go.
Pass out left finds Johnston. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Chargers first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Open man right side. That's McConkey. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Ladd McConkey, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Raiders 10, Chargers 7. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
3rd and 4. Back to throw. Mendoza. He'll try and do this himself. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On the give, Jeanty. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Jeanty. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Oh, that was the thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Second and 5. It's caught by OBJ. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 14.
A gain of 12. And the Las Vegas 1st down.
Looking to throw. Mendoza. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Khalil Mack. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Back to throw. Mendoza. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking the lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fights through it. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. The Charger drive about to get going. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
59, 59. Hey, easy, easy. 12, 12. Hey, go Lion.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
21. Hey, Kappa. 5-9. Hey, go Lion.
Herbert now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21.
And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that will bring up second down.
Second and 9 at the Raiders' 20-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Here's Herbert. Now he'll tuck this and run. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, that one's going to hurt big time because it's a one-score game, and they certainly thought with that throw they were getting a difference-making score right there.
12, 59. Go.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. That's to his running back, complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Chargers first down.
Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal.
21.
At the 3-yard line.
Let's go.
Hampton will score. Touchdown, Chargers. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And just shutting him off there. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll start on the ground with Jeanty. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
A run, it's Jeanty. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
That gets him the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. He'll drop this underneath for Genty.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll run. Here comes Genty. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Short game, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Mendoza from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. This is 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Genty. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Here comes 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Here we go. This is 4th down. Looking to throw. Mendoza. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Charger drive about to get going. On 1st down, it's Hampton. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Quick throw here to Johnston. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
A gain of 9 yards.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This will be from 53 for the win. This looks good. It is good. He hits it from 53 yards out. And this home crowd is in a frenzy as their guys have pulled it out in the end.
But Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second-half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us. Not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So for Los Angeles, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.